Happy morning, children. Welcome to 7th Standard English class. Children, today we are going to learn Unit 2 poem. The title of the poem is The Listeners. It was written by Walter de la Mare. Now you turn to page number 42 in your ebook. So children, this is a memory poem for term 1. First, let us see about the author. The Listeners. This poem was written by the poet Walter de la Mare. He was born on 25th April 1873 in London. He was one of the England's greatest and a famous writer, especially for children. He was a poet, short story writer, and novelist. His style was simple, and the mysteries of magic, the moonlight and quietness fascinated him greatly. These subjects are introduced in most of his poems. In many of his poems, there is a mystery which readers must solve as best they can. The Listeners is said to be his most famous poem, and the reader is left with many questions. Children, now I am going to read the poem. Listen to me. The Listeners. Is there anybody there? Said the traveller, knocking on the moonlit door, and his horse in the silence champed the grasses of the forest ferny floor, and a bird flew up out of the turret above the traveller's head. And he smote upon the door again a second time. Is there anybody there? He said. But no one descended to the traveller, no head from the leaf-fringed sill leaned over and looked into his grey eyes. Where he stood, perplexed and still, but only a host of phantom listeners that dwelt in the lone house then stood listening in the quiet of the moonlight to that voice from the world of men, stood thronging the faint moonbeams on the dark stair that goes down to the empty hall, hearkening in an air stirred and shaken by the lonely traveller's call. Walter de la Mare. Children, now I will tell you the gist of the poem. An unnamed figure, the traveller, knocks on the door of a house in the moonlight and asks if there is anyone inside. The traveller horse grazes in the quiet forest while the traveller waits for a response. A bird flies out of a small tower on the house and over the traveller's head. The traveller knocks again more forcefully and repeats his question. No one comes down from the house to meet him, however. No one even leans out of the window, the sill of which is covered in leaves, to look at him. He stands in place, puzzled by the lack of an answer. Inside the house is a group of ghostly beings. The listeners stand in the moonlight as they listen to human voice coming from outside. The ghostly beings crowd around the staircase onto which moonlight streaks as the quiet atmosphere in the empty house is disturbed by the sound of the traveller's lonely voice. Outside, the traveller senses a strange presence in the silence that meets his question. His horse, undisturbed, continues to graze in the dark forest, the sky above full of stars and obscured by trees. The traveller suddenly beats on the door once again, even more loudly than before. He then calls out, asking whoever is listening to pass on a message that no one answered him when he came to the house, but he kept his promise. The listeners don't make any motion in response to this. The phantom listeners hear him jump up onto his horse, and then the sound of the horseshoes on the stone path as the traveler rides away. The silence of the forest quickly returns as the sound of the horse forceful riding fades away. Children, here the poet describes us what is taking place outside the house and what is taking place inside the house. So, this is a memory poem. Listen to me carefully. Now, I am going to explain the poem. First stanza. Is there anybody there? Said the traveller, knocking on the moonlit door. And his horse in the silence champed the grasses of the forest ferny floor, and a bird flew up out of the turret above the traveller's head. Now we will see the first two lines. The poem opens with the question, is anybody there? It was a night time. A traveller on a horseback was riding all alone. He stood in front of a house. He got off the horse and went to the door. The door looked bright in the moonlight. Here the word moonlit means bright night. Now we will see the next three lines. And his horse in the silence champed the grasses of the forest ferny floor, and a bird flew up out of the turret above the traveller's head. So there was a complete silence everywhere. The horse was biting and chewing the grass noisily. Here the word champ means bit and chewed upon noisily. The earth was covered with fern. Here the word ferny means consisting of flowerless plants. And a bird flew out from the top of the house. Turret means a small tower that projects from the wall of a building. And the bird flew above the traveller's head. Moving on to second stanza. And he smote upon the door again a second time. Is there anybody there? He said. But no one descended to the traveller. No head from the leaf-ringed sill leaned over and looked into his grey eyes. Now we'll see the first two lines. There was no response to the knock on the door, so the traveller knocked on the door a second time. Here the word smote means knocked loudly. And he wanted to know if there was anyone inside. Then we will see the next three lines. But no one descended to the traveller, no head from the leaf-ringed sill leaned over and looked into his grey eyes. Here, but no one came down the stairs to meet the traveller. The window sill was bordered with leaves of climbers. Here, leaf ring means a decorative border or an outer edge of leaves. And the word sill means a horizontal piece of timber beneath a window or a door. And no one put his head out of that window to look at the traveller. No one leaned over the window and looked at his grey eyes. Here the word lean over means projected out. Moving on to third stanza. Where he stood perplexed and still, but only a host of phantom listeners that dwelt in the lone house then stood listening in the quiet of the moonlight to that voice from the world of men. Now we will see the first two lines. Now the traveller was confused by a strange silence. He stood still at the door, filled with utter confusion. Here the word perplexed means confused. In the lonely house, there was no people. Perhaps it was occupied by ghosts. Here, host means guest and phantom means a ghost. Next three lines. That dwelt in the lone house then stood listening in the quiet of the moonlight to that voice from the world of men. So they lived in the house and they listened to the knock on the door. The word dwelt means lived. The moonlight fell on the door brightly. The ghost from the unreal world listened to the voice of men from the real world. Children, now we will move on to the last stanza. Stood thronging the faint moonbeams on the dark stair that goes down to the empty hall, hearkening in an air stirred and shaken by the lonely traveller's call. So, the dark stairs went down and reached the hall which was empty. Here the word thronging means crowding and faint means not bright, that is dim. The rays of moonlight fell dim and dull on the door. Here moonbeams means rays of moonlight. Next, two lines, hearkening in an air stirred and shaken by the lonely traveller's call. Still air around was disturbed by the knock of the travellers and is called to know whether there was anyone inside. Here hearkening means listening attentively, and then no one heard the call. Only the ghost inside the lonely house heard the call of the traveller. Children, hope you all understood the poem. Now we will see the rhyming words in this poem. So, what is meant by rhyming words? Rhyming words are the words that have the same ending sound. For example, mat, fat, hat. Shall we identify rhyming words in this poem? Head, said, still, sill, then, men, hall, call. Next we will see the alliteration. What is meant by alliteration? It means the repetition of words that have the same sound at the beginning. Children, you see the fourth line of this poem. Of the forest ferny floor. So the sound for is repeated. Likewise, you find out the alliteration in the remaining stanzas. So children, this is a memory poem. You have to memorize the poem thoroughly. Now you turn to page number 43. Part B. Find a line from the poem to match the pictures given below and write it in the blank. First picture. It is in the third line. And as horse in the silence champed the grass. Second picture. That is in the fourth line. And a bird flew up out of the turret. Third picture. It is a frensil. That is the ninth line. No head from the leaf frensil. Fourth picture. It is a leaf. That is fourth line. Of the forest ferny floor. Fifth picture. That is the 12th line. But only a host of phantom listeners. Last one is 11th line, where he stood perplexed and still. Moving on to page number 44, part C. Read the statements and say true or false. Quote lines from the poem, support your answers. Serial number, statement, true or false. Number 1. The traveller came at the noon. The answer is false. The lines are knocking on the moonlit door. Number 2. The house was situated in the forest. It is true. Of the forest ferny floor. Number 3. There were ghostly listeners inside the house. The answer is true. Lines, but only a host of phantom listeners. Number 4. The traveller came to the house by bicycle. The answer is false. Lines, and his horse in the silence champed the grasses. Number 5. The Panthers answered and asked the traveler to go away. The answer is false. The lions stood listening in the quiet of the moonlight. Dear children, hope you all understood the poem. See the WhatsApp group and complete the given assignment and report as task completed between 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. Thank you children. Have a nice day.